possess that make me a strong educator are promoting social justice and equality, maintaining appropriate standards, and exercising fairness in areas including assessment. I also exercise sound judgment and ethical behavior, recognize that the reflection combined with experience leads to my professional growth. I promote and support curiosity and encourage active inquiry with my students, and I model integrity by my words and my action. The other point that I like to make is I also demonstrate professional friendliness, warmth, and genuine caring when talking to my students and providing them with intellectual, emotional, and spiritual support. I strongly believe that I exercise sound judgment and ethical behavior in my teaching. I'm always professional with my students. One thing that I like to teach them is being polite. So for example, if I have a student call me, hey, mister, or yo, dude, I always like to correct them and just be like, call me Mr. Donnelly or Mr. D. And this goes a long way, especially in the community. Our goal with teaching is making sure that when we teach our students, we want them to take the values that we teach them and bring it into the community so that they're looked as a responsible person. So the other value that I possess is that reflection combined with experience leads to growth. I'm one for constantly trying to learn. I'm always seeking out reflections on my lesson, talking with the principal and seeing what I can do to better myself as an educator. I'm one that takes corrective feedback really well, and I always like to look at my assessments and see where did I go wrong with my lesson plan and try to fix it for the next time. And then just doing that will help me make a connection with the students and help them with understanding what I'm trying to teach them and doing the best to help them with my teaching. It is always important for me to practice having good integrity, even if no one is looking. To do this, I'm always honest and professional with my students. Even when I feel a student is lying to me, I always try to give them the opportunity to apologize and to tell the truth. I feel like this is important because if the student is constantly lying, I may not believe him and it's going to turn into the boy who cried wolf. By teaching the values of honesty and integrity, fairness and respect, I'm helping the students to be better functioning in society. They're going to have better jobs when they grow up. They're going to be able to hold those jobs and just function. It is important to build the relationships with our students. I recently heard a teacher say to the students that I see you as all my children. And that's something that I value. We spend so many days with our children, with our students. So of course we're going to see them like our kids. We know them inside and out. We know what strategies work best for them. We know what doesn't work for them. And we know when they're on and we know when they're off. So even though these kids might not see us as like their parents, I see them as my kids. I'm constantly working with them and wanting them to succeed. And when they fail, I'm just as disappointed as their parents are. But being with it, I'm disappointed. I'm always trying to motivate them and trying to pick them up and helping them to succeed later on with their programs. So those are the dispositions that I feel I possess to help me as a strong educator. The dispositions that I feel that I need to improve on are believing that all students can succeed. With this, I currently work as an 811 TA at Greece Arcadia. In that program, we work with students with behavior disabilities. And I'll be honest, some of the students put a sour taste in my mouth. They come into class, they're on their cell phones constantly, and it just seems like they don't want to be there. They don't want to learn. For example, one student, I've taken away his cell phone multiple times, and he's just become lazy. He'll put his head down on the table, and it's frustrating. It's really tough to try to make a connection with him and try to get him to learn. I've even tried to use games on the computer through math and English, and he refuses to do that. He just wants to hang out with his friends or be out in the hallways. So I'm still trying to believe that every student can succeed and wants to learn, but it's been tough. And hopefully within the next couple of years, I'll really work hard on making a connection with my students and trying to get a solution to help them out with their program. Another area that I struggle with is learning the social needs of the students and embracing the cultural diversity of the community. For me, there's so many different cultures and backgrounds in our school here at Greece, and trying to make a connection with them has been difficult. For example, I also coach soccer, and I have some athletes who are from Muslim descent. And I get frustrated because they don't come to practice, and I'll call home and there's a language barrier, and I find out that they're missing practice because they're working, and I can't really get upset because that's from their cultural background, is that they're supposed to work at a young age. So that's been really difficult to try to understand, but I'm working towards understanding that. So hopefully within the next couple of days to weeks to years, I'll have a better understanding of different cultures just by talking to parents, talking to the students, and understanding their culture and backgrounds. So going from there, professional educators, what are they? What do they look like? I believe that a professional educator is someone that is always caring about their students and wanting them to succeed and supporting the well-being of their students. We constantly are caring for our students, and when they fail, we are there to pick them up and to motivate them. We want to see them do better. We want to push them and give them the best assessments we can to help them be successful later on in life. I also believe that a professional educator is one that should be constantly learning, whether that be online training in person, or just talking to your principal or your boss and seeing what you can do to do yourself better. I, for one, like I said, is always taking correct criticism and seeing what I can do better. And I know some teachers struggle with that when they might be receiving feedback and they take it in a negative way. You always got to look at the positive. You always want to take it with a grain of salt and see what you can do better next time, just to help yourself and to help your students. So I hope this video is helpful. If you have any questions, you can always shoot me an email at bdonnelly1@yahoo.com, and hopefully this will help myself and help you become a better educator. Thank you.